5 exercises to help you stop falling. Have you been having trouble walking? Are you falling or stumbling? My name is Doug. I've been a physical therapist for 30 years. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 exercises that I've used to help people stop falling and improve their stability. With both hands on the countertop, you want to shift your weight over one leg, lifting the other leg off the ground, and then try to let go of the countertop, balancing for as long as you can. So you want to do the right leg and then shift over to the left leg. And you keep repeating it. The goal of this exercise is to do it for 20 seconds on each leg 3 times in a row. So that means standing on the right leg for 20 seconds, repeating that 3 times without holding the countertop, and then do it on the left leg 3 times for 20 seconds without holding the countertop. In the beginning, you're going to be holding the countertop quite a bit. In fact, most people when they do this exercise find that they can only stand for 1 second, maybe not even a full second, before they have to grab back on. Don't let that discourage you. Most people have trouble with this exercise. The reason they have trouble is because they're not fully shifting their weight over the leg they're standing on. If you find that you can't do this for even 1 second, I'm almost positive it's because you're not shifting your weight. So what you want to do is grab the countertop with both hands and fully shift your weight over one leg. You should feel balanced when you do this. When you fully shift, you're going to get to a place where you feel that it's a little bit easier to stand there. That's when you want to let go of the countertop and try to maintain that position. With one hand on the countertop, you're simply going to walk backwards. This just means walking like you normally do forward, 1 foot in front of the other, but you're only going to be moving backwards. You should only go 2 to 3 steps because you don't want to get away from your countertop. After you go 2 to 3 steps, you're going to turn around and walk in the other direction 2 to 3 steps with your hand on the countertop. Now the goal of this exercise is to walk 2 to 3 steps in both directions, repeating that 3 times without holding the countertop. But in the beginning, you're going to find that you're going to have to grab the countertop every so often. In fact, the first few times you do this, you may be holding the countertop the entire time. Over time, your balance will get better and you can let go of the countertop more and more. To do heel-to-toe walking, you want to have one hand on a countertop. Then you're going to walk heel-to-toe, which means walk so that the heel of the foot that's forward touches the toe of the foot that's behind. So it looks like you're walking on a tightrope. Now some people find that it's easier to have a tape line or some kind of mark on the ground to walk along to help them walk heel to toe, but you don't have to have that. You can simply walk with your heel of the forward foot touching the toe of the backward foot. The goal of this exercise is to walk 3 to 4 steps in each direction without holding the countertop, repeating that 3 times. So walking heel to toe in one direction, 3 steps, turn around, the other direction, repeating that process 3 times without holding the countertop. Now in the beginning, you're probably going to be holding the countertop the entire time, and that's fine. That's how we regain our balance. We challenge ourselves. What you want to do is, after you get some confidence, is start to let go of the countertop occasionally. Then try to let go of the countertop more and more. Maybe as you take each step, try to let go and only grab on if you lose your balance. You need to struggle to do this without holding the countertop at all, but you have to progress to that. So it's perfectly fine if you touch the countertop in the beginning, but the more you practice it, the more you should be letting go. To do tapping on a step safely, you're going to need 2 things. One is you need something to tap. It could be a piece of tape on the floor, or it could be an aerobic step or anything that is easy for you to tap. The other thing is you're going to need 1 or 2 things to hold on to. You can use the back of 2 chairs. You can use a countertop in a chair. I recommend having something on your right and your left when you do this exercise. Now to do the exercise, you want to tap your foot forward onto the object, just tapping your foot. So tap your right foot, then tap your left foot. You're not putting any pressure on the thing you're tapping onto. So you're just standing, lifting one leg off the ground, bringing it forward, tapping it, then putting that foot down and going onto the other leg. So you're going to go right leg tap, left leg tap, right leg tap, left leg tap. The goal of this exercise is to do it 20 times on each leg without holding on. But in the beginning, you're going to need to hold on. You might find that you're losing your balance the entire time. That's okay. Hold on if you need to the first few times that you do it. But what you want to try to do is let go when you're doing the tap. This exercise is not really beneficial if you're holding on the whole time because you're not going to shift your weight. The purpose of these exercises is to teach you to shift your weight over the leg you're standing on. That's going to help your walking and improve your balance. So you want to be letting go while you're shifting to the right and tapping your left foot, letting go while you're shifting to the left and tapping your right foot. But it's okay if occasionally you grab onto the chairs to steady yourself. You don't want to fall while you're doing this exercise. You want to keep practicing this every day until you can get good enough to reach your goal. Now to do this exercise, you're going to need two things. One is a step, and the other is something to hold on to that's sturdy. I'm using an aerobic step and a countertop. But if you want, you can use a stair in your home as long as there's a rail next to the stairs for you to grab onto. What you want to do is stand on the step facing down. Then you want to step forward with one leg, putting your foot on the ground, and then bring the other leg onto the ground. So you're stepping down onto the right leg first, then backward step back up onto the step with the same leg. So step down with the right, and then step backwards up on the right. Your goal with this exercise is to repeat it 10 times on each leg. So 10 times you're going to step down on the right leg and back up, and then 10 times on the left leg, down and up. You want to do this as a goal without holding on. But in the beginning, this is a difficult exercise. It's especially hard to step backwards up onto a step. It takes a lot of strength. So it's fine to grab onto the rail when you practice it. It's also important, if you're struggling, to use the lowest step possible. For some people, 3 inches is the most they can step up without having too much trouble or without having to grab onto the rail. It's better to do this on a lower step in the beginning so that you can do it repeatedly as you build your strength. Then as you get stronger, you can progress to a taller step. The goal again is to use a 6-inch step and be able to step up and down 10 times with each leg leading. Now that you've seen the 5 exercises, let me explain a little bit more about falling, why people fall, and how to fix this problem. Lots of research has looked at the question of what makes people fall. Most people would just assume that it's weakness, that weak muscles, weak core muscles, that's the main cause of falling. But study after study has been done and has shown that that's not the case. When you look at people's strength, if you measure it, people that have weakness in their lower extremity don't tend to have more falls. Worse, if you give someone a lot of core strengthening or a lot of lower extremity exercises and they've been falling, that doesn't decrease their risk of falling. So what does cause falling? Well, it mainly is a problem in balance that's based on programming. When we're young, we don't have the ability to walk. We learn how to walk by playing, by doing exercises and activities. The more you challenge your balance, the better your balance gets. As we get older, when we stop challenging our balance, that's what seems to make our balance worse and make us more likely to fall. So the answer to how to improve your balance is not strengthening, but it's balance challenging exercises. These are exercises that force you to balance yourself. It could be as simple as standing on one leg or walking backwards or walking heel to toe on a tape line. Any of those things can help you improve your balance because it challenges you. What I've learned is that the more someone challenges their balance, the less likely it is to fall. I've done studies with my own patients, and what I've seen is that once they do balance challenging activities, even for just a couple weeks, there's a significant decrease in their falls. Not just for a short period of time, but over 6 months and even a year. There's much less risk of falling if you challenge your balance just for a couple of weeks. So I know these exercises can help many, many people. I hope you found this video helpful. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. And also, if you have a physical therapist or personal trainer that you wish knew more about proprioceptive rehabilitation, have them go to my website, www.proprioceptiverehab.com. There they'll find courses that they can easily take to become trained in proprioceptive rehabilitation.